Hello, my name is Miranda Wise, and I'm the writer and producer of the story that you are about to watch. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and share. Okay, so I hope you all enjoyed the show as much as I enjoyed writing it. And take care. I'll see you on the other side. Bye bye. Chapter 18. It was 6:35 a.m. on Tuesday by the time Darren pulled near that convenience store and parked his SUV. He looked at Heidi and asked,
"Are you okay?"
"Yeah, but why are we parked all the way over here?"
"If I park any closer, he might get spooked and not show up. We have to be in a position where we can see him, but he can't see us."
Darren had figured the store clerk had lied to him and he was probably in on it. Now that he'd gotten a heads up, he wanted Heidi to be there to welcome her child back home. "Oh, okay. Well, I guess you know what you're doing, Darren."
"Want some coffee?"
"Yes, please. Hazelnut with 2 creams and 3 sugars." Right after Darren exited the car, he spotted the BMW pulling into the parking lot. He stepped back into his truck. "What's wrong?"
"Look over there,"
he said, pointing in Terrence's direction as the man emerged from the car and headed into the store. "Yeah, that's him. But where's my daughter?"
"Don't worry, baby. I'm about to find out right now."
Heidi watched his confident stride as he made his way over to the convenience store. It was almost like a Denzel-like stride. He was tall, lean, and confident. Terrence placed his coffee onto the counter.
"And, can I get a pack of Newports?"
he told the cashier. The clerk turned around, grabbed a pack of cigarettes, and rang them up. Terrence paid the woman, thanked her, and headed out to his car. Just as he reached the door handle, someone grabbed him by the back of his neck and slammed his face onto the roof of the car. He dropped his coffee and the cigarettes, but he could not defend himself. Darren had his hands around his neck.
"Where is she? I said, where is she? Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? You better tell me right now where she's at."
She ain't your kid. She ain't your kid. Terrence said, dropping the F-bomb. Darren slammed his head on the roof of the car again. "Darren!
"I'll ask you another way.
Darren!
Where's Taryn?"
Darren! Darren!" Darren heard Heidi calling his name as she ran across the parking lot, but it was too late. This man had hurt the wrong woman. There was nothing she could do to stop her ex from getting the slop beat out of him, so he ignored her. "Darren!
"Stop it, man! Stop it! Stop it!"
By then, Terrence had collapsed to the ground and was begging.
Okay. Listen. I don't know what she said.
Darren grabbed him from the ground, making him stand up again before gut punching him.
What do you mean you don't know where she's at?
"Man, listen, she ran off. I can't find her." Darren was about to punch him again before Heidi called him again. "Darren, stop it. They found her." Darren let the man go. By then, Terrence was in tremendous pain. He held his jaw, trying to catch his breath as his body slid down the car and he hit the ground again.
"I told you I was telling the truth, man. You ain't have to do all that."
Darren ignored him and turned to Heidi and asked,
"Who found her?"
"She's at the police station. A restaurant owner found her sleeping on top of a dumpster this morning. We gotta go." Terrence was looking frightened. Heidi and Darren headed towards his car, but before Darren left, he punched Terrence in the face just one last time for good measure. The man collapsed again. He sauntered back to the truck, got in, and drove off. It was silent in the car, and Heidi refused to give Terrence the satisfaction that he had hurt her. All she could think of now was getting her child. They pulled in and hurried inside the station. As soon as Taryn spotted her mother, she ran towards her. Heidi pulled her into her arms.
Mommy! Oh, baby, I'm so glad to see you. I'm so glad to see you. Oh, look at you. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you hungry?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah, Mommy. Mommy, listen. I escaped.
I know. And you're such a brave girl. Oh, I'm so proud of you.
Darren stood nearby, thankful for this reunion. She was dirty and looked like she hadn't eaten. They headed to the car. Taryn walked between them and grabbed both their hands. Heidi couldn't thank Darren enough for his diligence and determination. They hopped into the Suburban and headed to Heidi's house. Chapter 19. The place was fully furnished when they all stepped in. This had been what Darren had wanted them to see, but because of the craziness of Taryn's father, it had been postponed. Heidi was in awe. Everything was exactly what she picked out. Even the small wooden kitchen table that was used as a breakfast nook. Each room had its own color scheme. The kids headed to the den and sat down. Kendall grabbed the remote and ended up in a tug-of-war with Brianna.
You always get the remote first, Kendall. That ain't fair.
Brianna complained.
Hey, y'all. Neither one of y'all got the right to somebody else's remote.
Heidi said, headed in the direction of the chaos. Someone galloped downstairs. Heidi turned around. There was Danya.
Welcome, guys. You must be Heidi. And you must be Danya. Actually, my name is Danette.
Heidi was confused. She looked at Darren.
No, you got it right the first time. My name is Danya. I was just kidding with you. Oh, you got me. You got me.
Danya hugged her. Heidi introduced her children. Danya asked Brianna if she wanted to watch TV in her room instead of fighting with her brother.
Yes, thank you.
Brianna hurried upstairs, leaving her new friend behind.
Don't break anything or destroy anything, Brianna.
Danya waved dismissively and said,
Oh, she'll be fine. Anyway, my dad can't stop talking about you.
She led Heidi to the kitchen and they sat down at the round table for 3.
He's told me a lot about you too, Danya. Yeah, I'm his one and only. I bet if he had a son, you probably wouldn't even hear anything about me. Hey, but anyway, would you like some coffee? Sure, that would be great. Thank you.
Danya got up and grabbed 2 cups.
Would the kids like a soda or something? I don't let them drink soda. How about orange juice or Welch's Grape? Sure.
She poured 2 glasses of orange juice for Kendall and Taryn. She decided to wait until Brianna returned downstairs instead of calling her down. Heidi noticed Danya's individual braids.
Who does your hair, Danya? Oh, I do my own hair. I'm tender-headed. I can't let nobody be messing with this. Well, that looks good. I've been thinking about getting mine done. I'll do it for you. Really? How much do you charge? Yeah, I'll do them. And how else are we going to bond without doing each other's hair? Anyway, I wouldn't charge you anything for real, though.
Heidi didn't know what Darren had been telling his daughter about her, but she sure seemed to like her, and she wondered where he disappeared to. She saw him go into his home office with that huge desk, but she hadn't seen or even heard him in the last 20 minutes. Kendall and Taryn were in the den watching TV.
That's really nice of you, Danya. Sure, but you know what? I'm glad to have you around. For real? For real?
Heidi thought she hadn't gotten to know her yet.
Yeah, Miss Heidi. If Dad has you around, he'll stay out of my business because he got his own business. You feel me? Oh, my goodness. Oh my goodness, girl, you are so funny.
Are y'all talking about me?
Darren entered the kitchen, grabbed a beer, and opened it.
She wasn't talking about you. I was talking about you, Dad.
Oh, yeah. Telling Heidi what a perfect father I am.
Yeah, right. Dad, you so corny. You so corny. Okay. Are y'all hungry? Anybody hungry?
Yeah, I guess we can order some from Chicanitas, Danya suggested, grabbing the menu from the refrigerator.
No, I can cook something.
No, Heidi, you don't have to do that. Relax. I didn't bring you all the way over here to work.
Yeah, Heidi, that'll come later, so you better take this break while you can get it.
Young lady, this is your last warning, okay?
What are you gonna do, Daddy? Lock me in a closet again?
Girl, cut it out. Girl, I'm telling you right now, cut it out, Danya.
Heidi loved the fact that Danya was so playful, and she seemed to get along with the younger children very much, although she was 19. Although Darren suggested ordering food, Heidi ended up cooking for everyone anyway. Fried chicken, baked mac and cheese, cornbread, and green beans.
This feels more like a Sunday dinner.
Darren said as they all gathered in the dining room.
No, you just needed a home-cooked meal. I do this all the time, Darren.
She does, Mr. D. Kendall spoke up.
Darren, do you mind blessing the food?
After he blessed the food, everyone dug in. The only thing going on was chewing and forks clanking against plates. Heidi loved the china he had bought. She picked out that china cabinet, though.
So, Mr. Darren,
Yes, Kendall.
when are you and my moms get married?
Darren looked at Heidi, grabbed her hand, and said,
I don't know. I'll do it right now if she want it.
She smiled and held up her left hand.
How about a diamond right here?
Be careful what you ask for.
Yeah, Dad. When you buying that ring? He put his finger over his lips and went, shh. But Heidi caught the interaction. Did his daughter know something she didn't know? After dinner, everyone retreated to different rooms. Heidi rinsed the dishes while Danya loaded the dishwasher. She talked about school and a young man named Edward she had met at school.
Where is Edward?
He probably at home.
Oh, okay. Has he ever been here?
Seriously? No, my dad is crazy. You ain't know? Heidi had witnessed what her man could do to another man. She knew if Taryn had been there, Darren would not have beat the living nonsense out of Terrence. I think it's best to wait before I bring him to meet my dad, though, seriously.
Oh, I hear you.
After they cleaned the kitchen, Heidi joined Darren on the front porch. She sat next to him on the swing bench.
Are you okay?
I'm good.
He looked over at her. She noticed his bottle was empty.
Would you like another beer?
No, I'm good, babe. Why don't you and the kids spend the night? It's done got dark out here.
For real?
Yeah, I don't want y'all driving home at dark. They all have rooms upstairs to sleep in.
She threw her arms around him.
Oh, Darren, thank you so much. You know what? You're such a good man.
I'm just me, baby. I'm just me.
Yeah, I know.
So, when is your court hearing?
It's in 2 weeks, on the 23rd.
Heidi had filed for legal custody of Taryn. Until then, she saw no reason to file because she did not think Terrence cared one way or the other. Now that she knew he could weaponize her youngest daughter to hurt her, she took Darren's advice. Even her mother had told her she should have done that long ago. Chapter 20.
You sure you don't need me to go in with you, darling?
Darren asked as they pulled in front of the county courthouse. The custody hearing date had arrived. Heidi was a bit nervous, but she'd been on so many battlefields that this could not be the iceberg to sink her ship.
No, I'll be fine. My attorney said it won't take long. Besides that, Terrence ain't gonna show his butt in front of a judge. He's not that crazy.
Darren entered the courthouse with her, but he waited in the corridor for her. She entered courtroom 306 with Sally, her attorney, where Judge Abraham Levine was presiding. He was known to be tough when it came to custody and child support.
Are you okay, Heidi?
Sally, her attorney, asked.
Yes, ma'am, I'm fine.
They took a seat. The judge entered the courtroom and everyone stood per the bailiff's order. The 60-ish man heard the first case. Turns out the mother was actually the deadbeat. Seems there was a lot of that going around. The father had custody of his son and daughter, and she had not paid child support. She pleaded because she had lost her job. The judge ordered a reduction in child support, and the father's attorney asked that they revisit child support in 6 months. The judge granted that request. Heidi and her attorney was next.
Your Honor, we ask that Miss Archer be granted custody of Taryn Carpenter, age 8. Miss Archer has been caretaker of Taryn both financially and custodially since Mr. Carpenter evicted her from his home on October 13, 2020 in the middle of the night. At the time, they had resided together at 1429 Socket Avenue.
The judge peered at Terrence over the top of his eyeglasses while Sally gave her explanation.
Therefore, we ask that Mr. Carpenter pay child support in the amount of $400 per month.
Your Honor, Mr. Carpenter has offered to pay $300 per month to the plaintiff, which she rejected.
The other attorney said.
Is that correct?
The judge asked.
No, Your Honor. In fact, the defendant offered $200, and I have proof.
The bailiff walked over, took the document from Sally, and walked it up to the bench. The judge examined the document and looked at the defense and said,
Mr. Wright, I suggest you don't lie in my courtroom.
Your Honor, this transaction or this negotiation happened over the telephone.
Ms. Archer, do you have any other children?
The judge asked.
Yes, Your Honor. I have 2 more children.
The judge began writing down something on a document in front of him. He looked at the computer, and Heidi could hear his mouse clicking.
Do you pay for medical care?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
How much?
I have the family plan through my employment.
The bailiff took 3 of her pay stubs to the judge. The judge took them, looked them over, and began making more moves on his computer.
I see for years Ms. Archer has been financially supporting the child. Adding up the amount of the child support Ms. Archer has not received and considering the amount deducted from the mother's paycheck for medical care, I'm ordering the defendant to pay back child support in the amount of $7,000.
Heidi glanced over at Terrence. He looked very unhappy.
Monthly child support will be $421.31. When I factor in the mother's salary versus the father's salary and consider she has other children to support, an additional $326.13 will be added to the monthly amount until the back support is paid, which will amount to a total of $747.46 per month.
Your Honor, Mr. Carpenter has himself to support here. I mean, come on, that'd be reasonable. Terrence's lawyer spoke up.
Mr. Francis, that's my order. Your client should have considered all of that when he tossed his child on the street. You're lucky Ms. Archer was nice enough not to bring your client into court back then.
Your Honor, may I add that 3 weeks ago, Ms. Archer got someone to assault my client.
Mr. Wright, this is family court. Mr. Carpenter will be granted visitation of the child every other weekend Father's Day and negotiate holidays with the mother and is ordered to pick the child up Friday at 6 p.m. and return the child on Sunday at 7 p.m. It is so ordered.
The judge went on to the next case. Terrence stared at Heidi. She glanced at him but looked away. She and her attorney headed out of the courtroom and into the corridor. Terrence and his attorney were not far behind. Heidi looked around but didn't see Darren.
This ain't over. This ain't over, you little hoe. This ain't over. This ain't over by a long shot.
He stepped to her. She backed away. Her attorney remained by her side.
And what's going on here?
Asked the male voice behind Terrence. Darren had walked up on him. Heidi figured he thought she'd come to court without her boyfriend. Terrence turned to the man who was 5 inches taller. The commanding presence of Darren made Terrence take a step back. He walked away without another word.
I take it things went well for you.
Yes, it did.
The couple hugged.
Okay, you ready to go to work? I'll drop you off and head to my job, and I'll pick you up later for dinner.
Chapter 21. A week after the court hearing, Heidi received a letter in the mail from social services. They were increasing her rent from $680 per month to $1,014 per month. She did not understand why this was happening, so she called her social worker.
Your salary increased, Miss Archer.
Okay, but I still can't understand why it went up over $300. I do have 3 dependents, and they just increased it back when I got a promotion on my job.
I understand that, but that increase is according to the scale and your income. Maybe you should quit your job at the restaurant.
Heidi just could not catch a break. She was trying to build her savings account again after paying for that card that left her with less than $2,000 in the bank.
If I quit my job, how much would my rent be then?
Let me put you on hold for a minute.
The woman said. Heidi waited nearly 5 minutes before the social worker got back on the phone.
Okay, I'm back and thanks for holding. Actually, Miss Archer, we did recalculate and your rent won't be that. It increased to $846.
That was a lot better than $1,000, but Heidi realized it was time for her to find a home to buy. Her credit was steadily building, and she knew she could qualify for a home.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Darren called her a few hours later, right after she returned to her office from having lunch with Janice. She told him about her rent increase and asked what he would require as far as rent for the new townhouse he had bought.
I still don't know yet. We're still working on it. We should be done in a month. Just a few small things like painting it and stuff like that.
Would you consider the rent to own option?
Yeah, that could work. But if you move into that house, who's going to live in my house?
Huh?
Heidi was taken aback by that statement.
Heidi, I told you I want us to get married. What, you thought I was kidding around?
I know I can't live in your house without being married, Darren. I've been there, done that. But in the meantime, I don't know.
She never wanted to be in a situation where someone could put her on the street. She would rather pay high rent than to do that.
Oh, well, okay.
What?
Nothing.
He sounded disappointed, but she hoped he understood. She loved him, but love didn't go far enough. She had to make sure she and her children would be safe. Heidi was tired when she arrived home. Spaghetti was on the menu because that was the quickest meal she could prepare.
How was school today, kids?
She asked. It was nearing the end of the school year and the kids were looking forward to summer. We had a party for this kid in my class today. He's moving to another city next year. Brianna said.
Oh, so it was a farewell party.
Yes. Kendall piped in and said, I passed my finals.
Oh, good for you. Give me a high five, son. I'm so proud of you.
She headed over to the living room to get the phone. It was Darren calling her.
Are you busy?
Oh, no. Me and the kids are just getting ready to sit down and have dinner. What's up?
Well, do you mind if I come over just for a few minutes?
No, sure. Have you eaten?
Not yet. I left work just a little while ago. I had to make a stop.
Okay, then. Well, I'll see you when you get here.
Was that Mr. Darren, Mom? Kendall asked.
Yes, it was, son. He's on his way over.
The children cheered, to her surprise. One thing always concerned her when it came to finding love again, and that was whether or not her children would accept someone in her life. Unlike some single parents, she gave her children a vote and a voice. If they did not like him, she would not see him. He arrived 20 minutes later.
Hey, Darren, would you like some dinner?
Sure, thanks.
The kids greeted him. They were already done eating. They retreated into their rooms. Although Heidi was done eating, she sat at the table with him and they talked.
The spaghetti is delicious.
Thank you. How was work today?
It was good. We're done with another floor. They're going to have offices on floors 2 through 8. Only the first floor will be where the art exhibits will be.
Wow. Hey, do you want some more?
She noticed his plate was clean.
Oh no, I'm good. That did hit the spot though.
When Kendall returned to the living room, Darren said,
Hey young man, you mind if you and I have a little chat?
Sure. What's up?
I know you love your mother. I wanted to know if I can have her hand in marriage.
Heidi nearly choked on her water. Kendall's eyes grew large and he said, Oh, for real?
Yes, for real.
Kendall smiled. Well, yeah. I mean, if moms want you.
I had to run this by you first. Go get your sisters.
He headed to their room and returned with them. Darren stood, walked around the table, knelt before Heidi and said,
Heidi Renee Archer, will you be my wife?
Tears spilled from her eyes. She had never been proposed to. Not only that, Darren was also a good man. She looked at the faces of her children. They were waiting for an answer. She looked at Darren and said,
Well, Darren Lee Drummond. Yes.
He slid the 3-carat diamond onto her finger and stood, holding her hand. He pulled her towards him and gave her a peck on the lips. He wanted that kiss to be longer, but her children were watching. The children surrounded her, giving her hugs. Congratulations, Mom, Kendall was the first to say. Darren then whispered into her ear, pulling her close.
Hurry up and set a date. I can't wait to have you.
What was that? What was that? Grown-up talk?
Yes, son. Not everything is meant for your ears.
He waved dismissively, and soon all the children were in their rooms.